So I'm out here at the square in Oxford, Mississippi. I wanted to interview this group of protesters standing right outside of City Hall to try to find out why they thought the statue needed to come down. Every one of them got completely triggered, offended that somebody was coming up there and was asking. I wasn't even out there telling them that they were wrong. I was out there as an independent journalist, just trying to ask questions to find out what their real reason was for being out there. Unfortunately, had a journalist, another independent journalist, they thought the statue needed to come down. Unfortunately, it looks like the side flaked off. There wasn't but a few people that were there. Looks like all of them shut down. Hey there. So the real reason I came out here was to continue taping. What's that?
I was just going to ask, what you doing?
Well, I'm actually doing a documentary called Riding with the Outlaw. 3 years ago, back May 1st, I was standing in front of the Confederate statue right there holding the state flag of Mississippi, and I was arrested for not having a permit. It sparked a chain series of events after that, which ultimately led to me being framed for a crime that I did not commit. May 26th, it was a political stunt in order to, it served 4 different purposes. My statute of limitations runs in 20 days, or just over 2 weeks, and I'm here to document it, to obtain evidence. I've already got the evidence needed to overturn my conviction and show that it was a framed crime. So I'm wanting to document it with Riding with the Outlaw. You can go to ridingwiththeoutlaw.com. Yes, sir. Video mic's up for this purpose. Would you look who it is? All right. Does somebody want to talk to me now? Anybody? Y'all just gonna stand here and not say anything? Look, I'm not even trying to be confrontational with y'all. I just want somebody to tell me why. That's it. Just tell me why. All y'all have the right to be here. All y'all do. I'm a Marine Corps veteran. I took an oath back in 2007, at the end of 2007, I took an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution. Okay? So y'all's First Amendment rights very well does give you the right to be here. My First Amendment rights gives me the right to ask you questions. Because clearly y'all have a statement that you want to make, which is why you're out here in public holding signs. So why are you being quiet now? Normally y'all have no problem raising your voice, getting loud. Why do you want to be quiet now? No answers. No answers. This is perfect for my documentary. This is perfect for my documentary. Because this is what I thought. Y'all can't even answer why you're even out here. Why you think the statue needs to come down. Why you think a statue kills. All lives matter. Okay? Black lives matter. White lives matter. Mexican lives matter. Chinese lives matter. All lives matter. Nothing? No answer? Crazy. All I'm looking for is just an answer. I want nothing more than an answer. Fine. Y'all had your chance. You had an opportunity to state what your cause was into the public domain. But now I'm going to go back to filming my documentary. I gave you your chance. It's pretty weak, though, to just stand there and say nothing. Yes, sir.
You said all lives matter?
All lives matter.
All right. So if I'm driving my car, right?
Yeah.
And I get a flat tire,
Oh, sorry. There we go.
Okay, if I'm driving my car and I get the indicator comes on, it says low tire pressure.
Yeah.
I go, do I buy one tire or I buy 4 tires? If all lives matter. That tire.
One
matters.
tire?
Yeah.
I'm going to replace the one tire.
That's right, because that one tire mattered that time.
Right. Okay.
All right, now, another scenario, and I appreciate you being
But let's, yeah.
I appreciate you engaging in the conversation. So I'm driving, all right. So there's two buildings right there. Pick one, any one you want. Pick one. It's yours. Catherine Beck.
Let's go lily pad.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. And I have Ajax. And in Ajax is a cooking kitchen. I have a grease fire. And it catches on fire. And I call 911. I got a fire at Ajax. And they come to the wrong address and they put water on lily pad. But that house not on fire. But all houses matter. All lives matter. That particular time, one needed more attention.
Right.
Okay.
I understand. That's a great point. Okay.
Get in the car.
But the main reason that this whole issue got reinflamed was because of the George. Was it not? Because everything had calmed off, and then the staged. Guarantee you it was a Hollywood act. Guarantee you it was a Hollywood act.
Okay.
All right. So George, that cop was a murderer. He needs to go to prison for the rest of his life.
Right.
But at the same time, I agree that he should get due process. Everybody should get due process. That's something everyone should get. Okay? There are way more white people every year that get killed by police
Correct.
than black.
Yeah.
So that argument right there kind of is a little mute on that topic, being that Black Lives Matter is coming out here and getting so noisy because of a bad cop killing a black man.
Correct.
That everything shows looks staged. I don't know if you've seen the close-ups and police being on the license tag
Okay.
of the cruiser. Maybe it wasn't. Either way, he was a damn shitty cop that killed a man. He killed a man. Okay? Let's forget about the skin color for a second.
Definitely.
He killed a man.
Yeah. Put humanity into it. You're correct.
Okay? Yeah. And that's the thing. It doesn't matter. I look at you the same way I look at anybody else. Until you give me a reason,
You're good.
you're good. I'm not going to say you're my black friend, you're my friend. Okay? So, I'm kind of, I find it a mute point.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Hey, what was your name?
Brian White.
Brian White. Matt Reardon.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Okay. Anybody want to address anything yet? Are y'all still staying quiet? Doesn't matter to me either way. Either way. Nothing? Look, you have the right to be here. You have the right to feel the way you want to feel. I have the right to ask you questions. I have the right to not be demonized or quote-unquote doxxed, as y'all like to call it. All I'm doing is I'm being an independent journalist trying to ask you questions. And nobody wants to answer them. Does anybody in my audience have any questions whatsoever? Hey, can y'all hear me? Is the sound not on? Can you hear me? Yes, no? Can you hear me? Hey, I need an answer. Can y'all hear me or not? Check. Cool. So I tried to ask them questions. They wouldn't answer. They clammed up right as soon as I started asking them. They're maybe college age. Maybe. Oh, they are right there. They are being peaceful. They're not being loud. Right now, okay? But whenever you go to ask them why they're there, they won't even so much as answer. Okay. It's a little bit better now. I got my own cameraman. I love that. It's badass. Alright, so, anyways, when asked why they were there, they shut down. They won't give an answer. They will not give an answer. Oop, no surprise. So this right here, where they're at, was the same place. Actually, let me turn the gimbal around. Let's see. Where they're standing is the same place that May 1st, 2017, I was arrested, standing in that very place, okay? In that very place. Deputy Timmy Pruitt pulled it up, asked if I had a permit to be there, told him I had the First Amendment. He said if I didn't have a permit, he was going to take me to jail for disorderly conduct. Whether or not I really hope the memory's not filled up. Whether or not they've got a permit, I don't care. Because I'm a strong advocate that a permit shouldn't even be required in the first place. It's ridiculous. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get some more video for Riding with the Outlaw. I'm also going to mix this stuff down, okay? Because I know at the beginning, the mute was on the mic. I did not even realize that the mute button was on. But at least I've got the other one, the other camera, that caught the audio and video. Some video definitely caught the audio. So I'll put them together, and I'll post the video later on tonight. Right now, I'm going to continue going around the square, getting some video footage for Riding with the Outlaw. Okay? Once again, go to www.ridingwiththeoutlaw.com. Follow along with my story, my journey to vindicate myself. The arrest here on the square, May 1st, 2017, ultimately led to what happened May 26th. A huge political stunt that also helped a mother get complete custody of her kid. Even more so, to permanently get her kid, or permanently get the kid's father out of the child's life. To save two business owners that I did nothing more than what they did, but it helped them. And then for political purposes, which for those that don't know, go back, listen to the live streams last night, the night before, where I go through the finer details of my story. I'm going to get off of here right now. I'm going to record with the Osmo going around the square, get some key parts as the sun is setting. And I'll come back live, or I'll try to. Hey, if any crazy shit happens, you know I'm going to go back live. Make sure you follow the Oxford Outlaw. Also, for those on here, go to Riding with the Outlaw Facebook page. I just started a Facebook page for it. One of the reasons is because Facebook keeps putting me on a temporary ban where they take my page down not take my page down, but take my ability to post to the page away. All I got to do is just share it to a couple of groups, and boom. I can't post anything to my page for another 24 hours. It's unfortunate. It sucks. Yeah. I mean, I think another social media site needs to come about like yesterday. What's going on, man? They won't answer any questions. I've tried to ask them. I mean, they've got a public point to make, but they won't answer any questions. Buddy. What's up, man? How you doing? Doing good. I tried to ask them questions. They wouldn't answer. Oh, exactly. Yeah. And see, look, here's the crazy thing. I wasn't even trying to be confrontational. All I wanted was an answer as to why the statue should come down. Yeah. Oh, the double standard here is absolutely ridiculous. You know, and here's the thing. The mentality. The mentality of it is the funniest part. See, it's a mentality of take it down and change it, or we'll take it down and change it. It's so entitled.
Yeah.
What makes you little college kids so entitled? Like, oh, look at this guy.
Paid hundreds of dollars.
Right? mean, it's in that officer. I got a question. I'm not trying to be confrontational. I just have a question. Is that not
coming to deal with it?
is that not the whole point of the First Amendment? Is to have the right to peacefully assemble. We're here peaceful. Actually, I'm here independently. Okay, I'm here just to journalize everything. That's it. But they have the right to be here. We have the right to ask them questions, right? Why can't we ask them questions?
Because the government can control the time, place, and manner in which a speech is.
In the First Amendment, you have the right to petition the government for redress of grievances.
But they can.
And we have not stopped that.
Yeah, no,
We've asked them to
We just
step
gotta
to
do
the
it
side.
safely.
Right, yeah. So as long as we're on the sidewalk and all, I just took it as y'all wanted us to actually leave and not be here asking questions.
She doesn't matter ways. We said create some space between the two of them.
I got you. Fair enough. I agree with that. I thought y'all were saying we needed to, leave and go further away. I got you. Absolutely. I just want answers. I mean, that's it. I'm here just to journalize this. Y'all have your time right now to state an actual legitimate reason why you're here. That's it. I'm giving you free publicity for riding with the outlaw. Right now is your time to speak and say why you're here. Nothing. Yeah, I mean, they can't even say why the statue needs to come down. They just want the damn statue down. Actually, that was me with the state flag. Oh, I know. They took my information. Yeah.
Apparently you side with these Okay.
Right? And I was here to get video footage.
And no explanation why we're here.
Yeah, none. Well, here, I'll interview you. I'll interview you then.
Man, I got plenty of explanation. Excuse
All
my
right.
teeth. I got my teeth knocked out by a bunch of commies the other day when I kicked a bunch of their asses.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Sent two of them to the hospital.
Tell you what, let's step over here in front of this thing. Yeah, actually, let's go right over here. Over there. Gotcha. How about right here? That way we're not out in the road. We're kind of in the parking spot area. Yeah, it's fine. Right there. All right. So go ahead and state your name.
K-Rack Johnson.
K-Rack Johnson. K-Rack, what brings you out here?
Man, I'm out here to protect my great-great-grandfather's headstone. My great-great-grandfather's buried at the cemetery over here in Oxford.
Yep.
This memorial is placed up for their lives lost. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to protect this from these commie bastards that's been out here protesting every damn night over this monument that has absolutely, positively nothing to do with anything about George Floyd or Black Lives Matter or anything like that. It has absolutely nothing. All they want to do is cry and blow snot bubbles and stomp their feet.
Yep.
You know, they got the monument moved over at the or they got the approval to move the monument on the campus, and now they're moving it to the cemetery, and they're stomping their feet and blowing snot bubbles about that.
Well,
now it's like absolutely nothing you can do out here in this world can make these commie son bitches happy about anything.
Yep.
You know, they gotta be pissing their pants and pooping their diapers and blowing snot bubbles every damn day about something. You know, they're like the little immature little children that they are.
And what's funny is, I've noticed that every time I've come out here, they're really no older than college age.
Yeah, they're none.
And so it's not even it's not even like any senior people. They don't think that it should come to a vote. They just think it should be just ripped down, and I think it's absolutely
because their
atrocious.
They think their feelings should outweigh the rule of law. Which, you know, in the state of Mississippi, this monument can't be moved. It's got to go through absolutely bureaucratic red tape out the wazoo to even move, and yet they want to waste their time and their efforts on something that has absolutely completely relevant to what's going on in today's time, because they want to try to make a name for themselves and try to fit into a trend. And that's all this is about. This is nothing but a damn trend. This is nothing but something that they think is cool to make new friends and stuff like that. But when in actuality, they ain't gonna do nothing but get their asses basically.
Well, it's to me, it's a power trip. It's like a drug. Okay, they got one win, they got two, they got Colonel Reb, they got the state flag down on city property.
Now they got the Confederate monument moved on the. They're going to get it moved to the cemetery where they demanded that it be moved, and now it's being moved to the cemetery, and they're still stomping their feet and blowing snot.
I know.
And so
It's
I'm
never gonna
tired
stop.
of it. I'm not going to put up with it anymore. I'm going to fight to my last dying breath to stand up against this communist BS that we have to deal with every single damn day we turn around here in this great state of Mississippi, and I'm absolutely damn sick of it.
Absolutely.
But I'm organizing an event, a protest in the next few weeks, another Mississippi Stands 2.0 event. It's going to be large and in charge, because I'm asking every Southerner, every Mississippian to attend, to show their support for our Confederate history, the people of Mississippi and our vote on our state flag, and also to show that we have a voice in these matters and all these Confederate statues and all this other chaos and turmoil that's going on. That I want everybody that wants to get out and have their voices heard to come out and join us. The date will be coming out soon. I'm going to be working on getting it organized coming tomorrow.
Just around the Oxford area?
It'll be in Oxford.
Oxford, okay.
We're going to take over this entire town at this event. Now, when I had my event, Mississippi Stands back in February, we had about 150 people out here, which the weather hindered that a little bit.
Are you part of any group like Delta Flaggers, Our State Flag Foundation?
I'm a member of Delta Flaggers. I'm also an organizer, head organizer, and so-called leader of a group called Confederate 901.
Got it. Billy Sessions, that's it.
Billy Sessions with the Highwaymen. I'm the Confederate 901, but I've organized 5 events in the past 4 years, 3 in Memphis and 1 here, and we ain't never had no bit of problems. I've always organized with local law enforcement. I pulled permits. I did everything that was legal and everything, and worked well with all the officers. Oh, the sheriff's deputy showed up. Uh-oh.
Why?
Hey, Lee, can you repeat that? All right. There can only be 4 people here at the statue at a time, okay? Everybody else can peacefully protest, and you can walk around the court grounds, okay? But y'all have to be moving. Y'all can't stay in one spot.
Now,
We're not going to do any arguing.
no, I'm not trying to. I'm here as an independent journalist for writing with the Outlaws. Question on that, okay? So, of course, you know my feelings on that and a permit. That's not hard to guess. But when the rules for getting a permit to stand here, to peacefully protest,
Yes.
is it written in that rule book that there has to be 4 people? Only 4 people in front of the statue?
Board of Supervisors passed that. You're going to have to take that up with them.
Which order was it? When was it passed?
I believe it was last week. And that's about
Last week.
Yeah. So, any questions you have in regards to that, take it with the board of supervisors. So,
The same group of supervisors. Okay, can you send that to me? Oxford Outlaw. Or
Right here is the commissioners that approved it. District 2 and District 1.
so the motion for this amendment was made by District 2 Supervisor Larry Gillespie and seconded by District 1 Supervisor Brent Larson.
Look at the second paragraph, says it right there.
Okay, and then was it unanimous?
No, it was 2 against 2. There's only 4 districts.
And then the mayor broke it with the winning vote.
I don't know. That was
How convenient.
Issued last Monday.
But-
whenever the leftist was up here.
But what's crazy, Lee? Here's what's crazy. I know I've been up here because I even did it on video, and there's been more than 4 in front of the statue.
Yeah.
Then.
anytime we see that, we disperse it.
I mean,
That's
how
why-
convenient that this happened last week, of all times.
That rule just was
It was last week.
It was implemented Monday.
They're gonna have to move.
It was implemented Monday, the 21st.
All right, guys, we can't all be here stationary at the statue.
I said about my vehicle.
Yeah.
You gotta constantly be moving.
Well, a car doesn't if it's in a parking spot.
Well, he needs to hop up off of it and he needs to be constantly be moving. Okay?
Well, we can walk around.
Even though he's parked,
Y'all are gonna have to move, man. Okay?
just for being parked, he's got to stay in motion to actually sit on his car.
Okay.
He can't sit on his car or in his car.
No, he's gonna have to move because he's protesting right here, stationary at the statue with them. Okay? So what we need to do.
Everybody has a right to be here. That's the thing.
There's the county has
They
set
have a
this
right to be
ordinance.
here. We have a right to be here.
Well, listen,
Yeah.
we're not gonna argue about it. We've got 4 people here at the statue. The rest of you are gonna move. Okay?
Okay. That is the craziest of rules. The Board of Aldermen, the Oxford Board of Aldermen, voted last week. Yeah, I'm live right now. It's the Oxford Outlaw
Is it
on Facebook.
on Facebook?
Yeah, the Oxford Outlaw.
I got crappy service. Sorry.
It's all right,
Any
man.
language.
No, it's all right. I've said plenty of it myself. And they won't even answer why they're out here. They get a free platform right now. A free platform right now. I'm trying to let you explain why they need to come down and give you a free, large audience, and nobody will even answer me. I'm not trying to. Yes, sir.
Y'all are being allowed to peacefully protest. Allow them to peacefully protest as well. So
I'm not trying to be confrontational. I just want an answer. Like, I'm not trying to be confrontational. No, I'm not. I just want to know.
yes, you are. Let them have their beliefs. You have your beliefs.
Right, but why stand out here if you're not willing to answer questions?
Okay, well, they don't
It's a public.
They do not have to answer your questions. And you don't
Right,
have to answer
right. Yeah, the Fifth Amendment, the First Amendment, I get it. I'm just saying, if you're gonna hold signs, you might as well just answer a question as far as why you think. Explain your point.
They do not owe you any answer, and you do not owe them any answer. So at this point, carry on with your protest. and
It's
keep
not. No,
moving.
no. That wasn't why I came out here. I came out here to film around the courthouse. Yeah. I appreciate it, man.
Why?
Dixieland, where I was born early on a frosty morning. Look away, look away, look away, Dixieland.
God bless Dixie. Trying to get a good, comfortable setup so I can hold all of this. Need my help? Oh shit.
Fans 2.0. Can't have any in 5 years.
Oh, okay.
I'll definitely help you, brother. There we go. Alright guys, still hang with me. Still trying to get a comfortable setup. It's not the easiest of jobs. Try to get a gimbal. Keep from going too far. Cool. All right. Too bad I can't have the view. I can't have it on live stream on my DJI app. That way y'all can just see the phone on the gimbal. I'm trying to keep both phones in focus, and it's not the easiest of jobs because sometimes it won't start automatically recording on one of the phones that I think is recording, and then I'll realize that it wasn't actually recorded. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. It shouldn't. Convenient. No, you still got to get a permit. Would you mind getting an interview with me? I got you. Yeah, no.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm the reason I'm out here, I'm doing a documentary called Riding with the Outlaw.
That's him right there, right?
They call me the outlaw.
You sure do look like an outlaw.
Oh, you
I'm the outlaw.
You should see whenever I'm wearing my trench coat around here.
I bet.
That's the only thing is that
He looks like an outlaw.
I wear my pistol when I'm wearing my trench coat because I gotta get my carry card.
Yeah, so May 1st of 2017, I was standing in front of the Confederate statue, just me by myself, holding the state flag of Mississippi. Deputy Timmy Pruitt pulled up. He asked me if I had a permit to be there.
One person.
One person. Holding the state flag, had a gun on me. As I'm legally allowed to do.
Yeah.
I said I have the First Amendment. I'm a Marine Corps veteran. I signed up for Connecticut to uphold and defend our Constitution. And I felt that it's unconstitutional, just out of principle, to be on public property in front of the statue, holding the state flag of Mississippi.
Right.
The cornerstone of our First Amendment rights.
Right.
You know, to be proud of my state flag. And
You're convincing them.
yeah, he said if I didn't have a permit, that I'd have to leave. If I didn't leave, I would face arrest for disorderly conduct. Actually, the video went viral on my page. So I told him I was going to take the video straight to my attorney. You can't threaten me with the First Amendment rights. And I turned around because he wasn't wearing his badge on his knee. He had forgotten. It was like he had his feet kicked up on the desk before he got the call by some liberal to come out here. And he forgot to put his badge on. So I turned around and I asked him what his badge number was. That infuriated him. That was what he charged at me and put me under arrest for.
He did arrest you.
He did arrest me. So the video went viral, got millions of views. Cop Block picked it up. You know, talked about when toting the flag gets you arrested. And there was a chain reaction of events that happened after that. The mother of my child, my ex, I got a 6-year-old now with her. Her attorney, her original attorney in the child custody matter, was the mayor's husband, Ray Tannehill. Her newest attorney, right after that, where there were 2 fake allegations put against me in May of 2017, restraining orders to keep my child away from me. Her attorney right there was Mona Pittman, and she coincidentally worked in the basement of Mr. Tannehill's building. And, did legal stuff, from what I was told, had pass downs from Ray. And so then we had the Frank and Marley's incident where the owner threw out my chicken wings that I paid cash for. And so I called for a boycott. I already had a lot of attention on me, for protecting the statues, going all that. And anyways, it was back and forth on Facebook. It was May 20th. I went and I got an AR-15. That happened like May 18th. I had a death threat forwarded to me from my ex. Said that somebody was intent on killing me. I bought an AR-15 on the 20th of May. On the 22nd of May, a restraining order is taken out by the Tannehills on me. I'm pulled over the next day and given a restraining order. I was on the board. I was listed on the board minutes to speak out at City Hall and address the mayor and the board of aldermen June the 6th. Coincidentally, the same day that she was elected mayor. However, here's the thing. Here's where the plot thickens. May 26th, I pull on the square to go have a drink. I met with the FBI on May 25th about the death threat and about how I was served that restraining order while I was listed on the board to speak out. I felt like it was a First Amendment attack on me to try to silence me and keep me away from the city officials. Then, May 26th, the next day, I get pinned in by 3 sheriff's deputies, investigators, pulled out of my car, taken to the jail, not told what they were arresting me for until they got me there. They claimed that on or before May 8th, I put the lynches in fear of their life with the AR-15 that I didn't purchase until May 20th. I sat in jail for 4 days until May 30th before I even got a bond hearing. You're supposed to only get 2 days before you go before a judge. Judge Carolyn Bell met with the sheriff's investigator behind closed doors while I was sitting in the courtroom. They closed the door, he went out. 10 minutes later came in, she read me what the charge was. I said, Your Honor, I'd like to address the court. She said, you have the right to remain silent. I said, I know what my rights are, my constitutional rights. I'm a Marine Corps veteran. And she said, that doesn't matter. Or she said, Mr. Reardon, you have the right to remain silent. I'm setting your bond at $150,000. I've never been accused of a felony a day in my life. So I sat in jail, found out my court-appointed attorney. This was 2017. The reason I'm doing Riding with the Outlaw is because I'm down to about 2 weeks left before my statute of limitations runs, where I can't do anything civilly about it in order to overturn my conviction. It's a 3-year statute of limitations. So I actually got out of jail July 6th. Huh?
Where do you learn the law? You're talking a lot of law. You just read it?
Everything. I've become an expert in anything that I need to do. I'm actually going to more than likely be filing my own lawsuits.
All right, so you got arrested.
Yeah.
Have you gone to court for a trial yet for all that? Or is it still pending?
No, here's the worst part. I was coerced, under stress, under duress, because my daughter had already been yanked away from me.
Flee.
Yes. So I did it because I needed to provide for my daughter. They realized the one way to get a favored outcome was to use my daughter. That was the one and only weakness that I had was my daughter, which has now been taken from me for the last 5 months. I haven't seen her since January 18th. And she's in gross contempt. My ex is in gross contempt of the judge's order, but the courts are backed up.
They would be legitimately backed up. They haven't been in session, have they? There's all
No.
this COVID stuff. Wow.
So
Well, hang in there.
yeah, so basically I pled out to a crime that I couldn't have committed, and I had evidence that I couldn't have committed for my daughter. There we go. Tracking the flag. What's up, brother? Okay. Looks odd. So I'm standing here on the north side of the Circuit Courthouse. Get this tracking. There we go. All right, so this is Matt Reardon. I'm standing here at the north side of the Circuit Court Courthouse. It has been a very not much leeway on this charging cord. Come on, launch back on. Side of the Circuit Court Courthouse in Oxford, Mississippi. It's been an eventful day today. There are a bunch of college-age kids over on the south side, right in front of the Confederate statue, holding signs wanting to take the statue down. But not one of them could give a reason as to why. When I first got out here, they were standing right next to City Hall on the steps or whatever. They were actually the first group that I walked up to. As an independent journalist today, of course, it's not hard to know what side of the fence I stand on when it comes to the state flag. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. But I thought it was laughable that not one of them could give me a real answer why the statues needed to come down as they claimed on their sign. I've got to mix that video down where I splice the videos together because I did not realize that my microphone was actually turned off for pretty much that whole talk when I got outside of City Hall. What I think is so ironic is when you exercise your First Amendment rights. When you exercise your First Amendment rights to protest or stand out there for a certain cause, you should be willing to stand out there for a certain cause and talk about it if somebody asks you questions. They looked at it as harassment, quote unquote harassment. I'm sorry. If you're standing on public property and if you're calling for the destruction of history, of Southern heritage and history, harassment doesn't even come close to standing when it comes to somebody simply asking you. And it was not even in an aggressive way. I was simply asking them questions as far as why they felt the way they felt. Told them that I would give them free freaking publicity for it. This is their one time to shine. And not one answer. A little back and forth spat between another independent journalist, which if that's the case, I guess it's kind of like me, standing strong for one side or the other. Of course, I stand with the state flag. I stand with the Constitution. Is what I stand for. Always have and always will. Rock on, man.
So I'll be up here all night, I guess.
Yeah, I gotta go meet up with my wife here in just a minute. She tried calling me. The Oxford Outlaw, and I just started the Riding with the Outlaw Facebook page. But go to ridingwiththeoutlaw.com and look at my story. I've got the new trailer posted there on the homepage of ridingwiththeoutlaw.com. It's also all over the Facebook page and all that. So yeah, just follow along, man. I've got some bombshell evidence I just released to the public about this. I mean, bombshell evidence. Facebook page, the website ridingwiththeoutlaw.com. That's where I have the bulk. Yes, sir.
All right.
All right, so this is Oxford, Mississippi. I am the Oxford Outlaw. I've now explained bits and pieces of my story several times. And I encourage you, if you're just now joining my page, to go to my website. It's www.ridingwiththeoutlaw.com. Make sure you like and follow this page. In fact, I just created a new Facebook page. It's called Riding with the Outlaw. It's for the documentary purposes. Let's see. Turn it around, put the flash on this. Alright, so we've got... It's one of the reasons why history has to be protected. At the end of the day, these people lost their lives. This is actually the World War, okay? Afghanistan. And what's really, really sad is these people, they're not even a huge group of people. They're a very loud and well-organized group of people. They're not educated. They're not educated. Not the way they should be for making the stances that they're making. Or just acting as atrocious. Do I follow Q? I'm not sure that I'm catching on, Miranda. Like I said, these people won't even answer any questions. Now, I will show you two guys right now that are not afraid to answer some questions. I got what should be the outlaw right here. He looks like an outlaw. What's your name?
They call me the outlaw. Like, leave it at that.
They call him the outlaw. Okay.
The sheriff's department knows me as the outlaw.
What now? Why does the sheriff's department know that you're the outlaw, or think of you as the outlaw?
The way I dress.
That's it.
Usually I always carry an antique 44 black powder pistol. On my hip I carry antique firearms and all that pre-1900 because the law state that 90% of the modern laws is exempted. I mean, 90% of firearms that are made before 1900 is pre the modern modern firearm laws.
I just love constitutional carry.
Yeah.
I get a hell yeah for that. I mean, just being able to conceal or not conceal and not have to have a permit.
But that's
But you know, I was demonized in this freaking city whenever I had the AR-15 strapped across the bulletproof vest May 25th.
But how many, as soon as we show our flags, they all start calling.
Oh yeah.
But that's the thing is,
I gotta go back to singing Dixie. I'm sorry.
Hey, go right ahead, man.
90% of the laws don't pertain to anything pre-1900.
Yeah.
Anything older than that, all the black powder guns, black powder rifles, and everything are exempted from some of the modern firearm laws.
Really? See, I didn't know that. I knew about tags. I knew about older cars.
Most everything pre 1895 is exempt from modern firearm laws.
I did not know that. I'm trying to get my one-click active track on. And boom. There we go. Cool.
That's one reason why I try to go by using antique firearms, because they're more favorable and all that. Because most of the books, they are not even considered as firearms anymore.
Right.
And so, you know, you can carry them on state property, you can carry them to courtrooms, because by most state laws, black powder weapons are not considered firearms.
So what about the state flag?
Way I see on the state flag, it's been there, don't change history and all. But most people don't know some of the history about it, but I do, because I do all the history stuff. I do living history for kids and all that. I got one coming up on the 4th of July, which me and my wife will be doing living history for a bunch of kids before fireworks show and everything.
Gotcha.
But that's one thing that we love is living history. Teach kids to remember history, learn from history. It teaches them the antique firearms and everything else, and all the cowboy stuff, all the 1800s, how women cooked over open fire and all that, how you make homemade bullets.
Look, most of us here in the South, we just want our history left alone. I mean, leave the monuments, the flag, you know. Hey, if the overwhelming majority of the population votes in favor to change the flag, then by all means, I believe in a vote. I believe a vote should be preserved. At the end of the day, a vote needs to be preserved.
That's where it has made a lot of people mad. They're talking about having a vote, but not even allowing us to vote on the current flag. They have two choices that neither one of them is the current flag, just like they did
It all
with the
messes
Ole Miss
with Colonel
mascot.
Reb. With Colonel Reb, I was going to say, that's just like what they did with Colonel Reb. And it's not there. Alex McDaniel, that was with the Oxford,
It's not
Oxford
a free
Eagle?
and democratic government whenever you give people a choice, good or my way or his way, but you can't have it that way.
Yep.
If you want it all equal, have it all equal and have it voted on. And that's the thing, is don't go have a vote every 5-10 years because you don't like the outcome. They voted it on 01, and every few years, every presidential election, it comes up, do we need to change the Mississippi flag? Every time, every 4 years, election year or anything, they change it, or they threaten the politicians or the government aspects like the SEC. We won't come to your town if you still fly this flag. We won't come to you or anything if you support this group. That is silencing somebody's voice.
Right. Yeah, it's ridiculous. That's one of the reasons why, you know, I have kind of come back here. See, I've got just over 2 weeks left before my statute of limitations runs, for me to be able to ultimately to sue the bastards that are obstructing justice and framing into the dirt. But really, the number one thing that I want is my rights back. They stripped me
of my right to own a firearm.
See, but that's the thing, is even if you don't currently have the right to own a modern firearm, that's where black powder comes in handy.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
You are exempt.
Exactly.
Black powder and all that.
But don't
you
think,
are also exempt.
hey, if these bastards were corrupt enough to frame me in the first place and take my guns, don't think for 1 second that they'll, that'll matter to them. If they go to that extent.
That's why if you are part of that, carry constitutional laws in your pocket.
Hey, I got the constitutional laws on my website and in my head.
It was recently at the Texas courthouse a few months ago where a guy had a black powder pistol. They took him to jail because of his black powder pistol. It was the Texas State troopers.
Yeah.
They took him to jail. They didn't even look to see what kind of firearm he had. He had all the paperwork for him to legally carry it on state grounds, but they didn't even look at that. They just took him straight to jail. We sued them, and then he got all his stuff done, and it was part of constitutional carry.
Oh, dude, they completely, absolutely destroyed my constitutional, the 8, the 14. And that's the kind of stuff you see when you just come out here to stand up for what is right. Okay, I was out here, actually, I wasn't even, before somebody tries to come on here and say, oh, he was trying to be confrontational. No, I actually came out here to do some filming of the courthouse and just so happened to be lucky enough for both sides to be out here. So I looked at that as a perfect opportunity. I have him on my website. I actually did a
Currently I have to get permission from state troopers to march down the highway.
Hey, whatever happened? Why did they close that investigation? It was like they didn't even do a fucking investigation. Like, I believe that there was foul play that happened. I 100%
That's what
without a yeah. So why did they close out? Why did they close out the investigation? Did they even start the investigation?
we heard they did, but they kept having different things, different stuff come out, and they don't know if they're going to change or what. So we went by what she said, but there was.
I can't remember what the issue was, but she had lied on something, and she ended up blocking me on her Facebook page just because I asked her a question about it. Because I was just,
That's what she did
I
to
wasn't
me
even
earlier
trying.
this week.
I wasn't even trying to blame her.
That's
I
what
was-
she
I
did
wasn't
this
trying
week
to
me when I
accuse her.
asked her if she would like to come back out again to Anthony's memorial service because it's his 5-year anniversary that he's been dead.
Yeah.
I asked her if she wanted to come out to for his memorial service, and she blocked me from her Facebook.
And that's what she did for me. And that's the thing. It's like, I'm not even trying to come out and accuse you of what everybody else is saying. But you better believe that when I just ask you a question about something from a subjective standpoint, okay, to try to figure out a little bit more, give you your opportunity to say, no, that's not right, or anything, and here's the proof. It's like, you blocked me, okay, well, you just made yourself look really guilty. And I wasn't trying to even do that.
But July 19th, it's a Sunday. I plan on be marching from his car accident site, but I gotta get permission from the state troopers first. And I plan on marching up Jackson in my uniform, carrying my flag and all that, and then marching all the way here to the courthouse because that night we had his memorial service here at the courthouse.
Gotcha.
We'll have a brief out there for him, pictures and everything, and hopefully that will let us honor the way he should be honored.
Good deal. I'll definitely make sure you share. Like, send me the information on that to my page so I can share it out, because that was one thing that I was trying to do. You know, I truly miss the guy. And honestly, I wish I would have. I thought the first time, I remember the first time that I saw Anthony, I thought he was making a mockery of our stuff. I didn't, you know, I let ignorance get the best of me, because I just immediately, it's something just basically unheard of. At that time when I saw him for the first time, if you didn't see a black man standing there holding signs and holding the statement.
But the picture I love the most is him and his nephew both standing up side by side holding up flags, because what it was is whenever they did their family genealogical search, but they found out that their great-great-great-grandfather fought in the Confederate Army, and after that, that's whenever his perspective changed, and he did more research and found the units that his great-grandfather fought in, where he fought, and everything, and that opened his eyes to the Confederate monuments. Now, everybody has their own point of view.
Everybody share this live stream that's on here right now, please. Share it so you can go back to it, but share it so your friends can check out the hot action that happened during the first half, I would say, of this live stream.
Yeah, see, Anthony, that's one reason why we try to remember him and everything, because we think that he should be remembered in his place of honor and all that, because it changed his mind. He was just like all the others, not giving it a peace of mind until he did the research and found his actual family history. Right. Then, when you do your family genealogy research, it opens your eyes to what your family has been through. Right. See, I went through mine and I found out that my great ancestor, his wife and son was actually murdered by the Union Army. Well, he was up by Cherokee, Alabama.
Yep.
Carver.
Okay.
That was right after the Battle of Shiloh and before the Battle of Carver. He was going taking a wagon with a load of stuff to town, and when he was gone, the Union Army came to his farm. They killed his wife, they killed his son, and they burned down his farm. And so after that, he joined the Confederate cavalry and all that.
And he was out personally. Yep.
Yes.
It's kind of like my daughter was involved in this plan to get
After
me
somebody ruined your
banished.
life,
Ruined my life.
you want to destroy.
Well, I want to prevent it from happening again, and that's why this is so important. It's so important because if they're allowed to get away with this with me, what's to stop these people, these criminals, these animals? Because that's what they are. They're dirty, low-life animals. What is to stop them from coming after anybody else next that they politically disagree with? And that's the thing. That's what is so important that I've been trying to express to people. Look, I may not like you. We may not be friends. But if you get targeted by a corruption scandal, a political PAC, corruption scandal, I'm looking out for the interest of America here, because I know that regardless, the true enemy is the treason, the corruption, because what's to stop these same people, give some...
That we should have term limits
Everything. There should never... Buddy East, yeah.
In there for more than 4 years, because
Then you get buddy.
You get people owing you favors.
Yep.
Owing your
I mean, can you imagine? You got a sheriff here in Lafayette County, who was sheriff whenever all this stuff happened, who was there for 40-something years, stayed on as sheriff. You can't tell me somebody that stays the sheriff of a county for 40-something years doesn't have more pull than the FBI. You know, like literally, there has to be term limits enforced on everything. Because otherwise it opens the door for stuff to get slid under the table. It's like me going and making an internal affairs complaint. It's not gonna go anywhere. It's just a waste of time. Because internal affairs are within the department. You know, they're a department of the department. Okay? And they're gonna, at the end of the day, they're going to protect their own. They may scald, they may give that officer a, you know, behind closed doors scalding for that, but they're going to protect their own. They're going to make sure that the county, the area, that the liability's off. Hey, let's go back around to the front side and let's see if they're still there.
Yeah. I'll found this part right here.
Oh yeah. Got some real good video footage. Ridingwiththeoutlaw.com. If you've not gone to the website, ridingwiththeoutlaw.com. I thought I saw somebody standing right there. Oxford, Mississippi. There you go. There you go. Matt Reardon,
Billy,
Oxford Outlaw.
you used to start calling me Uncle Ray Ray.
Yeah, he was actually banished from the
I was
county.
banished from the county for 5 years.
Wow.
It all started right here in front of the statue.
You must have really made an impact.
I sure did. Okay,
You're media and trying to interview, you move to a parking lot.
I got you. I was just readjusting my gear. I'm getting some great footage. Luckily I got a second camera right here. It's rolling. question? They're there standing. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're standing there, they're wanting to make a statement, but they won't answer any questions. I mean, it's their right. It's their right. It's their right to be here. Like I told them, I said, you have a right to be here. Right now, guys, riding with the outlaws, just Oxford, Mississippi. Trying to get my trying to get my rights back before the statute of limitations runs.
You see that? I asked her, that girl, she's cute. I asked her phone number. They said, I'll sexually harass her.
Oh my God. Yeah, you probably want to be careful with that because they probably aren't playing around either. I know. Dude, they tried to say I was harassing you because I was asking why the statues needed to come down in the first place. But y'all trying to dox me? Oh, I ain't scared of them. I think it's hilarious. Oh yeah, right here. Y'all cannot answer why you're here, can you? I mean, I was moving, Lee. What was I doing wrong right there by walking in front of? The board has got to be challenged on this. They've got to be challenged on this. That is the craziest of rules. And they coincidentally did it last week, folks. Last week. It was a 2-2 vote. That's what I was going to do. Okay. Every time. There we go. So, here's what we're dealing with, folks. Here's what we're dealing with, folks. We've got a intolerant group of kids that are no older than college age that are wanting the statue down. That are wanting the statue to come down. They, like I told them, they have a right to be here. In fact, I believe that no permit should even be required. They should be able to be here without having a permit. But that's a challenge for a different day. The problem is, I know, and y'all know from the last live stream that I did when I was up here a day or two ago, there were more than 4 in front of the statue. Now, because there are a couple of state flags here that are standing in opposition, if it all of a sudden becomes an issue to where no more than 4 can stand in front of the statue. And an ordinance, a city ordinance, that was passed last week, that was rushed through last week on a 2-2 vote. Hey, Alan Wilburn! So that's our problem.
We can't even stop moving. Now the police are wanting to do something. Now that there's a few people on the side of history out here counterstanding against them that won't even answer a damn question. They're trying to make a statement, but they can't answer why. I told them I was going to give them the spotlight to explain their issue, to get a little publicity off of it. But this is the hypocrisy of the left. They show up in clumps. Hey, by the way, who's paying y'all's bills? Is it Mr. Soros or where are y'all getting the money? I had a residual income coming in. I was making about $10,000 a month standing in front of that statue. So it's crazy. And this is what you need to do, folks. You gotta ask them questions. You can't let them just get by with thinking. See, they have this mentality. They have a change it or take it down, or we will change it and take it down entitled mentality. It's absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And so, when I was out here, I wasn't loud in front of the statue. But because they won't answer questions, the people wanting the statue down, and because I have to stay in motion, I'm going to let my voice be heard, like I have every right to. Look away, Dixieland. Okay. Freedom of the press. Freedom of the press, baby. Freedom of speech. Freedom of the press.
Get close to y'all's little kitty's bedtime.
Look at this. Another one. See, folks, here's the thing. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. And that is, I've had more than enough. Hey, y'all, share this live stream, please. Do me a favor, share it. Hit the share button. Here's the thing. I've had more than enough proof to go and overturn everything. up at the federal level and launch a very, very heavy lawsuit because of them slaughtering my rights the way they did back in 2017. And that's what riding with the outlaw is all about, is me getting the evidence to vindicate myself and prove that this was a public corruption scandal involving all three stages of the government: the executive, legislative, judicial. That involved a judge, and it involved a well-banded group of attorneys. It was done for political purposes. It was a quid pro quo scandal. And I've had more than enough proof for me to go forward and vindicate myself. I made the conscientious effort right here in decision. I just uncovered even more corruption yesterday. It's crazy how deep this thing is going. And I made the decision I've got to get a little bit closer to the skillet, to the fire. I know there's something else here. There's something else here. And that is why they've got the square on lockdown right now. Right there, Alan Wilburn. Well, what time?
10 o'clock.
10? They want it shut down well before then. They're not happy right now. This is like, this puts them in a real, because we're not doing anything wrong. All we're doing is showing up here to ask them questions.
What's the county commissioner do? Put those officers right there?
It's put y'all at risk. The county, the board has put y'all officers at risk because you're breaking the constitutional rights of citizens by following the board. On a 2-2 vote that the mayor decided. This has been a sham since day one. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourselves. But you ought to stand up to the board. Is who you ought to stand up to. Exactly. It is cooked. They've been out here, and just the other day, a day or two ago, I had a live stream. There were like 10 of them out here. 10 of them. Where was the sheriff at then to say that there needed to be 4 people? Only in front of the statue. That infuriates me. Love it. You know, it's about time that somebody stand up to y'all. It's about time somebody stand up to the bullshit rules getting passed along by the Board of Aldermen here in this city. That's where it all started, folks. Continue sharing this, folks.
share this live stream. Get it up to like 300, 400 people on it. I need you to. I need a cigarette. Debbie, I'm not trying to put you between a rock and a hard place, but what is your... Do you agree with the board's decisions? Right. I'm just saying, do you agree with the board? Okay. Who's the administration? That wouldn't be you, would it, Alan Wilbur? Do you agree with the board's decision? 4 people in front of the statue that y'all just let 10 of them, as long as they're 4 taking the statue down, y'all let like 10 of them stand in front of there like yesterday. Y'all are so corrupt. You know it. Y'all are so corrupt. Crooked as a bitch. God. Hey, go to www.ridingwiththeoutlaw.com. www.ridingwiththeoutlaw.com. This is my journey to stomp out corruption, corrupt actors in the city of Oxford, to restore my rights, and to sue these bastards into the ground. They had destroyed my life for standing in front of the statue back in May of 2017. Something legislatively and constitutionally I was allowed to do. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourselves. Hey, you know what, Alan? I made it clear beforehand that I knew that y'all were going to try to set me up again before it was all said and done. But this time, I ain't going down like some weak chump when that happens. I'll stand there and fight it, just like I'm going to overturn this, just like you know that you threatened my wife with obstruction of justice. I'm moving, Lee. I'm moving. Do you not see me moving back and forth? I'm moving. Over there threatening my wife with obstruction of justice charges if she changed my Facebook password or email password. You and your group of thugs outside of the visitation. Y'all not complying with a public records request. Where's the call from May 24th, 2017 that Jared Bundren even admitted?
No, I got about 6.
But all of a sudden the recording disappears? It's about time somebody stand up and stomp out that corrupt shit. www.ridingwiththeoutlaw.com www.ridingwiththeoutlaw.com. Check out my story. Check out my story. Ask you to follow along. This is just about my rights. If this is allowed to stand, they framed an innocent person for political purposes to usher in a mayor, a female Democrat mayor, who was elected June the 6th, 2017. I was arrested May 26th, 2017 on a crime I couldn't have possibly committed. The FBI knew I was completely innocent. I had a death threat on me, so I met with them the day before my arrest. They kept me locked up until May 30th. 4 days. You're not supposed to be in jail more than 2 before you get a bond hearing. By the Constitution, by due process. They kept me in jail for 4 days, brought me before a judge, who gave me a $150,000 bond. Would not let me address the court to show that I couldn't have possibly committed the crime, and the state had zero evidence. Because I purchased the AR-15 on May 20th, 2017. Did so because of the death threat on me. Got a bulletproof vest as well. Met with the FBI the day before my arrest. Met with the FBI the 25th of May. They pinned me in on the 26th. All this was after getting a restraining order from the now mayor and her husband, who also was my ex's child custody attorney for the original child custody case, where my daughter was kept from me for 2 months. That time, that was the second clash, back in 2016. I'm locked up May 26th, May 30th. Go before the judge and a black Democrat judge gives me a $150,000 bond. Gives me a $150,000 bond without seeing a lick of evidence. Zero. Habeas corpus was filed in circuit court on June 5th. I'm a court-appointed attorney. Actually, it's his law firm. It's an attorney at his law firm. I was appointed to Trout Law Firm at that bond. June 5th, Christian McCrae filed a habeas corpus. What is that? Yeah, that's mine, man. That is me.
Oh, that's my Nick. You hear that?
I love it. Thank you, brother. May 26th, or freaking. What was that? $150,000 bond, not a lick of proof. I'd never been committed, or I've never been charged with a felony before. I was scheduled to speak out at City Hall against the mayor and the Board of Aldermen on June 6th. June 6th was also coincidentally the day of the election. And 2 weeks before that, I was pulled over and given a restraining order by who had become the mayor and her husband, the attorney. They kept me 500 feet away. They did that to bar me from showing up. get state funds. The thing was, I was bringing a lot of attention, I was getting some media attention, because I was arrested May 1st in front of the Confederate statue right here by a deputy named Timmy Pruitt. I was standing there by myself. I was holding the state flag of Mississippi. He pulled up and said, "Do you have a permit to be here?" I said, "I have the First Amendment." He said, "Do you have a permit to be here?" No, all police officers are not bad. Exactly, you're right, Casey. But the corrupt sons of bitches, those people need to be dealt with. They don't need to be police officers. Corruption has no place in law enforcement or the courts. No, corruption has no place anywhere. Politics has no place in the courts. Politics has no place in law enforcement. They're supposed to rule by the law. Equal scale. Equal weighted scale. The mayor was elected on June 6th. Oxford elected a female Democrat mayor. It was set to happen. It was going to happen regardless. And that's why the FBI knew that I purchased the weapon in question on the 20th. 8 days, or 12 days. 12 days after they accused me of committing this crime was when I actually purchased the weapon. It was for self-defense. The FBI have obstructed since day one and directly holding them accountable. The FBI was given a FOIA request approximately 4, 5, 6 weeks ago. The FBI has not complied with it. There was even a rush put on it because my statute of limitations is running out. It expires the first week of July. The FBI has not produced the record. The FBI has made 2 different references to the fact that my 302 is not located. They have to do a 302 for any interaction with any civilian. I sat down at their forum at a conference with 2 officers, May 25th. June 6th, he's elected. June 29th. She was sworn into office as the 36th mayor of Oxford, Mississippi. That was a Thursday. I was still in jail. I then had my mom hired an attorney to find out his buddy, the mayor's husband. He just took my money and didn't do shit. June 29th, she's sworn into office. She goes into office. She sings her suit. The following Thursday, exactly 7 days later. Exactly 7 days later. A magical plea deal comes out the hopper to my attorney. He tells me that even though I didn't commit the crime in question, that if I want to get out to be able to see and provide for my daughter, my 2-year-old daughter, I need to go ahead and take the deal. Because otherwise they're going to throw the book at me. They're going to railroad me super hard to get years of conviction to try to lock me up and throw away the key. And if I wanted to be a father to my 2-year-old and be there for her, give her back, but my best bet was to take this deal. This deal that involved me getting 5 years probation, pleading out, first of all, to a crime I couldn't possibly have committed. 5 years probation. Banishment. City of Oxford and Lafayette County for the time of my supervised probation. I wasn't even allowed to come into the county where my 2-year-old daughter lived. And worst of all, District Attorney Nikki Mallett made a covenant to not sue. Lafayette County, the sheriff and his newly appointed officers, the City of Oxford, their elected officials and employees, the county, their elected officials and employees, and the lynches. Now why would it be so important to make me sign a covenant to not sue? The county or the sheriff's department forcing my shoes if I did what they said I did. Hey, look, here's the thing. I know constitutional attorneys. I don't personally know any. But I've got 2 weeks left. That's why I'm doing Writing with the Outlaw. I've gathered every single piece of evidence to prove that I'm innocent. I've gathered I didn't kill anybody. I never killed anybody. What are you saying, Dad? What? Why did you kill him? I never killed anybody. I was accused of putting somebody in fear of their life back in May of 2017. I was accused of putting somebody in fear of their life with a weapon that I didn't purchase until 12 days later. I mean, I wish that people would look at the evidence that I've posted to the vault of writingwiththeoutlaw.com. Call it the vault. I am making every public record public. That is the only way to hold the corrupt ones accountable. You wouldn't want a corrupt officer in your law enforcement department. There's plenty of other people that need a job. Plenty of other people that are going through the academy. Why keep a corrupt son of a bitch on board with your agency that's just going to frame more and more people? So that's where I stand. I just published a couple of bombshell documents over the last 2 days. I'm working on getting a new episode up of Writing with the Outlaw, which is on Anchor FM. That is also posted to the website. Got links to it on the Facebook page. Make sure you like and follow this page so you can follow along with my journey. Because the real serious thing here is if this is about the school. Come on, latch on. There we go. Oh, should have ended my video and started it again. I just lost the power of my cell phone. And that one. If they're able to get away with this, I think it's wanting the statue removed. The reason that they're there is because precedence was established. because they were able to win in taking down a statue, changing the mascot, trying to remove the state flag. This group of people, they're so entitled. It's a take it down and change it, or we'll take it down and change it mentality. But the funny thing is, they don't even know why the hell they're there. They won't answer a single question. All they're going to do is just hold their signs up. And I'm telling you, if I was there in their place, if I'm going to take a stand for something, you better believe I'm going to know about that, and I'm going to be ready to talk to anybody and everybody that comes up. When you stand out there for a cause, you're standing out there because you believe 100% in that cause. So you should know about it. You should be willing to talk about it. You should be willing to defend your argument as to why they're wrong. At the end of the day, they have a right to be here. I don't believe that they should even have to get a permit. I believe that our First Amendment rights protect that, even for them, even if they're wrong. But I also have the right to be here. I have the unalienable rights, or I should have them, of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, as guaranteed to us through the Declaration of Independence. What is wrong with America? What is wrong with America where we can have, for political reasons, someone is set up on a crime they didn't commit, framed, given a bond that he can't post, even though he has proof that he couldn't have possibly done it. The FBI sit around. The agency's tasked with protecting them, with preventing this type of nonsense. They're turning their backs. They're destroying evidence. They're not responding. The U.S. Attorney's Office, part of the Department of Justice, they get calls over 5 to 6 weeks' time. And they won't return a single call. They get voicemails stressing how big this scandal is, how it involves politics, how it involves a local government, all 3 branches, attorneys. And they won't so much as return a phone call. They won't look at the evidence. They won't even hear me out. That one right there, standing up next to the truck, in the black. Alan Wilburn. One of the corrupt actors, right there, threatens my wife while I'm in jail on this just scandal. Scandal. My wife comes to visit me at visitation. I wrote down my email password and Facebook password. It does? 4,000 on this video? So, I mean, here's the thing. He's outside of the visitation room. I give her the password to my email and my Facebook. And I'll be damned if him and his group of thug, corrupt friends are out there. They snatch the login information out of her hand. They whisper off to the doctor in the sheriff's department she's never been charged with a crime a day in her life. And they threaten an innocent citizen with arrest for obstruction of justice if she changed any of the login information. I gave her that because it had further proof of my innocence, of this being a framed political charge. It's just a bunch of thugs. And I can guarantee you that there are some good officers out here in this crowd. I guarantee you there's some good officers in this crowd. Guarantee you, without a doubt. And it's real sad that their damn hand is tied on the matter because they're following unconstitutional rulings put in place by the Board of Aldermen and the mayor. And it's sad because it's putting them in harm's way, the good officers, the ones that are doing their job like they're supposed to. It's putting them in harm's way by slaughtering others' constitutional rights, not slaughtering, breaking them. Slaughtering is what they did to me. For the purpose of political gain. If y'all know an attorney that's willing to help me out, I decided in the beginning that this is going to be a modern day version of David versus Goliath, when I have attorneys that won't work with me. They want too much money that I don't have after this destroyed my life 3 years ago. They've got the covenant to not sue in place. Here's the thing. Here's what I think is so funny. I issue a public records request. Actually, through multiple public records requests, because that's how I'm able to obtain my evidence and basically work as my own attorney here. Through multiple public records request, I was able to determine that Sheriff Deputy Jared Bunder received a call. A mystery call came into the Sheriff's Department that he took on May 24th. May 24th, 2017, that was 2 days after the mayor's husband filed, or the soon-to-be mayor, her husband filed an injunction and a restraining order in circuit court. There's a civil filing. It's a civil filing sheet that I've got posted to the website, ridingwittheoutlaw.com. That it's filed in circuit court. You don't file in circuit court for what he did. It was a matter that was handled in Chancery Court. The only time an injunction really matters in circuit court, or is filed in circuit court, or a restraining order, is whenever it's part of an already ongoing criminal matter. And as of May 22nd,
There was no criminal matter that was even alleged. May 23rd, I was hunted down and served with a restraining order, which effectively barred me from the June 6th Board of Aldermen meeting that I was on the board minutes to speak out at. And then on May 24th, investigator Jared Bundard receives a mystery call I think this is Joey East. Joey East. And there's the other one. Scott Mills, the other corrupt actor. Hey, what do you know? It's the group of corrupt actors. Hey, I know most of y'all are probably really good officers. But the corrupt ones, and everybody knows you're a corrupt joke. Well then, hey, as long as you're talking to me, look at this shit. Y'all see this? What a joke. Hey, I'm gonna make you famous on Riding with the Outlaw. I'm gonna make you famous on Riding with the Outlaw, Scott Mills. I promise. I promise. These corrupt bastards. Y'all see what I'm dealing with? They rushed through a fly-by-night order barring people from standing in front of the statue more than 4 deep. You have to have a permit. And now you have to be in motion. I can't even stand here on the freaking lawn. I'm sitting on the benches. How can they require you to stay in motion? I mean, has anybody heard of a joke such as that? I'm sorry. Hey, look, Christopher, it wasn't your rights that were brutally destroyed while people sat around doing nothing. While agencies were choosing to obstruct and destroy evidence. And I know the problem is they're bound by the Board of Aldermen who chose in a vote to push something in there that was unconstitutional. They're following orders. But they also have an obligation. Let me actually ask that. Hey, Scott Mills, deputies, question. I know the board pushed that through, but did you or did you not take an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution? Being a government employee, did you take an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution? Yes or no? Hey, that's Oxford Outlaw to you. That's Oxford Outlaw to you. I brought a party up here, apparently, of all the law enforcement in town. I just came up here to freaking do some video shoots of the courthouse for Riding with the Outlaw, and look what it turns into. It turns into a congregation of just about every single officer on duty right now. I mean, it's crazy. I tell my story, Riding with the Outlaw, and officers show up. It's got Scott Mills. How am I a Democrat from the Democratic plantation? I am a gun-loving, Southern heritage supporting conservative that was framed for a crime I never committed. You can't tell me that you wouldn't be raising your voice and calling foul if you lost all of your rights and your guns over a corruption scandal to help elect somebody into office. I want my damn rights back. I want my rights back. That's what I want. I want them to leave Southern history alone. People gave their lives fighting for a cause. That's the thing, is they're liberals. The same rules don't apply to them as they do for conservatives. Because if you're a conservative, God help you if you support the state flag and the monuments, and really God help you if you carry guns. If you're a gun toter, you are immediately demonized in this liberal shithole city. And I'm sorry for those that lived here all their life and love it, but I mean, this is you have to. Let me just say this, okay? And you know what? If there are still people that want to stand on the other side of the fence and say that I'm out here causing problems, then you're more than entitled to think that, okay? If they're able to successfully get away with this, I got 2 weeks left. I have to be loud. I have to resonate. I'm fighting my own battles here. This is a modern day David versus Goliath, where I hold every single card, evidence of this happening. The agencies in charge that can do something about it are refusing to act. They're refusing to return a phone call. If this happened to you, you'd be screaming foul. Don't tell me you wouldn't. Who do you go to when the agencies that are tasked with protecting this and that can do anything about it refuse to act? Who do you go to? Well, I made the decision I was going to go to the public, because ultimately, at the end of the day, the agencies tasked that are paid with taxpayer dollars, they're tasked with preventing public corruption from happening. This very stuff. They're paid with taxpayer dollars, and they're refusing to do their job, to enforce the law as they're supposed to. More so the Constitution. Sorry about that. You have to bring it to the public. If the agencies will not do their job that they're supposed to do, and they're starting to destroy evidence, the Sheriff's Department is not complying with a public records request. Huh. You really are just a freaking a dick motherfucker, aren't you? Over there making fun of me. Think that's funny? Well, no, y'all aren't going to steadily run your mouth over here, making jokes of it. That's right. Okay, and as long as I'm in motion per what you said, hey, we can play this game all night long. Oh, yeah? What else you want to say?
In motion. If you're protesting, you're in motion.
All right, babe. I didn't ask for them to come up here. I came up here just to film. They want to start playing games.
play games. All right, guys. I'm going to take a short break. And I'll be back. Like and follow the Oxford Outlaw page. Like and follow Riding with the Outlaw. New page just started up. And make sure you go to ridingwiththeoutlaw.com. Watch the corruption unfold.